Hello and welcome to Witchy Wellness Radio. I'm your host, Lauren Chalantani, women's holistic health coach and fellow recovering perfectionist. This podcast was created to show you that your body is not in the way, it is actually leading your way. Hello everybody. You are listening to episode 89, HighSpeed Healing with Debora Wayne. Now we talk about this beautiful event more in today's show, but I wanted to let you guys know that our guest today, Debora, is offering this day of HighSpeed Healing immersion and this one-day experiential online workshop live with Debora, the founder and CEO of International Chronic Pain Institute. This April 19th is now available for purchase. This audio-only virtual event is designed to begin rapidly releasing all types of pain and how to help get your energy and life back on that pain-free living track. If you guys are interested in learning more, registering, click on the show notes and receive 50% off for the next 48 hours. Discover and experience yourself and how tens of thousands of Debora's past clients from around the world reported eliminating chronic physical pain, depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, trauma, battles with weight, binge eating, insomnia, digestive trauma, and so many more chronic conditions when nothing else worked. Now you can access this event from any device in the comfort of your own home, where you'll have the opportunity to work with Debora live on the call, ask your toughest questions, and receive her world-renowned high-speed healing sessions. That's 2 in 1 day. And not only that, you'll get her expert guidance on how to help you finally get unstuck and stop struggling to get past those blind spots that may be blocking you from the joy, energy, love, freedom, and health that you seek and so desire and deserve. So again, if you guys are interested in learning more, click on the link in the show notes to receive 50% off. This is an amazing offer. You guys will not want to miss out on this special. Now, what we talk about in today's show is how Debora's lowest moment, yet most memorable day, that led her to the energy work she does today, high-speed healing method, why we need all this contrast in our lives. And can you really live pain-free? Yes, even you. Learning to do energy healing yourself and for others. The day of high-speed healing immersion, and so much more. Please enjoy episode 89, High-Speed Healing with Debora Wayne. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Witchy Wellness Radio. I am your host, Lauren Chalantani, and this is show you get to learn how your body is not in your way, but actually leading your way. And our beautiful guest today, Debora Wayne, is here to prove that to us and more. A brief bio before we jump on with Debora. She is the founder and CEO of the International Chronic Pain Institute, and it's a world-renowned energy healer. She's a world-renowned energy healer specializing in high-speed healing method for rapid release of chronic pain, acute pain, anxiety, depression, trauma, battles with weight, binge eating, chronic fatigue, and other conditions. Her specialty is helping people to find and remove the hidden reasons that lie behind the root of the pain, symptoms, and suffering, but that often won't show up in diagnostic tests. Debora has personally helped tens of thousands of people in over 150 countries to get their energy and their lives back on track. She's a highly sought-after speaker and #1 bestselling author of Why Do I Still Hurt? Debora has also earned degrees and certifications in psychology, hypnotherapy, chemical dependency counseling, and has over 35 years practicing and teaching meditation. She is a nationally recognized glass artist and a former professional dancer, certified yoga teacher, and leads the Only Practitioner Training worldwide in the high-speed healing method. I don't think there's anything Debora cannot do Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, Lauren. So good to be here.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, hearing your bio, I'm like, wow, she is a perfect guest for Witchy Wellness Radio. Talk about a holistic, all-inclusive background. And I know in my own healing journey, I have gone down these different tangents to kind of get that bigger picture of what healing truly looks like for myself.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear how did you get to doing the work today? This beautifully accomplished woman in so many areas of life. I'm sure there's a healing journey behind your story as well.
There's a story, a long
Yeah.
one. In fact, everything that I've done, I didn't realize it while I was doing all those things in my life, but they've all led to what I'm doing today. And as I looked back, it would be like, wow, that was the perfect stepping stone for the next and the next and the next. And the whole thing unfolded like over many years. But really, the pivotal day was about 35 years ago, one Monday morning. I woke up on the floor of my closet and I was supposed to get dressed and go to work. It was a regular, normal Monday, go to work Monday, but I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't get up. I couldn't get dressed. I was in pain from head to toe. I was so depressed and so filled with anxiety. I had suicidal thoughts and I was out of ideas and out of the willpower to fake it till you make it one more day. And on that day in the closet, my husband had already gone to work. And I literally screamed out to a God I did not believe in at the time. And I said, if there's anything out there, please help me. I'm dying. I'm desperate. And I had a very powerful spiritual experience that I didn't expect. And the closet became filled with this unbelievable unconditional love. It enveloped me. I felt it. I didn't imagine it. I felt it. I knew it. I stopped crying. I felt inner peace that I had never known. I heard that everything was going to be okay. And I got up and I went in the other room and I picked up the phone and I called and told someone what was going on and asked for help. And that wasn't like me. I was not an ask for help kind of girl. I was like, oh, I've got this. Everything's just fine. Leave me alone. And I did that for years and it almost killed me. And so I began on my healing journey. And even though it felt like truly the worst day of my life, it was the turning point. And God, so many things have happened there. We'd be here for hours, but the short version is I really had to take a look at everything in my life, inside and out, take it all out and throw a lot out and keep a few things and unlearn and relearn a lot. And one of the first things I started to do that I had thrown out was meditate again. And during meditation, I started to have a series of these spiritually transformative experiences that rocked my world and everything that I thought to be true. And it was revealed to me that everything is energy. I saw it, I felt it, I heard it, I knew it in my bones. And I could literally see the walls vibrating. I could tell that the body was made of particles of light and energy. And I became aware that everything is vibration, frequency, energy, and that this was going to be used. I started to feel it coming out of my hands. And I knew intuitively it was going to be used to heal myself and then other people. And of course, it took me a while. I thought I was cracking up. But over time, I books appeared, teachers appeared, like it started to really become clear what my path was, what my mission was, what my highest purpose was. And fast forward, yes, I went back to school, I stacked on a bunch of degrees, but the truth is the most deep learning and revelations came from meditation. And so that's what led me here today. I have never looked back. I've never stopped. I've just become more clear and 100% certain that we can heal from anything and everything, that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, and never, ever limit what you think is possible.
Oof. Yes, 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 yes. I have so many things I want to say, but first things first.
Yeah.
When you're going through this dark night of the soul, if you call it that,
Yeah.
I always think to myself, even daily, I have to remind myself moment to moment sometimes, life is happening for us,
Yes.
not to us. And when we have these quarter life crisis, dark night of the soul, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
health scare, whatever, it's an opportunity, like you said, to let go of a lot, ask for help,
Yeah.
learn, unlearn, relearn, and
Yeah.
heal. And for me, I feel like this past year I've really noticed, we're talking energy here, and we live in this third dimensional reality. There's
Mhm.
this contrast. There's
Yes.
perceived dark and light,
Yeah.
masculine and feminine.
Right.
And it's not good or bad.
Right.
It's to help us learn
Yeah.
and feel that contrast. And for me, it's been a beautiful lesson unfolding deeper this year. And I would love to hear what you kind of have to think about, almost this hero's journey of having to go through that darkness to find that light.
Yeah, it's absolutely part of becoming spiritually awake and aware. I think of it like a circle, and you come in, and babies know who they are. They're not afraid to be who they are, feel what they feel, say, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want. They just like let it all out. And then they start to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and forget and forget and forget and forget. And then they get to the bottom and go, is this all there is? Why is life hard and hurt so bad? Why me? That sense of why me? Life is against me. And that pain is the threshold. And it could look like anything. Pain isn't just physical. I had a lot of physical pain, but it was also depression, anxiety, binge eating, addiction. I mean, it can come in any form. It could be relationships, it could be your career, it could be um, your weight. But whatever that pain at the bottom is that makes you go, this cannot be. I don't want this. Then you start seeking, 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 and remembering, and waking up to there's more. And that the limited human condition is just one part of the continuum, the one part, and that it's never ending and it's unlimited. And the pain is your friend, is what I tell my clients. Pain has a message in it for you. And instead of trying to stop the dark night of the soul, resist it, suppress it, medicate it away, we want to embrace it and say, what can I learn from this? What is the higher purpose of this? And that's where, instead of just going down, spiraling down, it changes everything. And you can have that be the greatest experience of your life, and it transforms and you transcend it. And then you end up here in the physical, in the 3D, with all the contrast, and still having a very different experience than you did before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And for me, you know, I remember asking that question, and it's such a pivotal point. Well, I've actually asked it a couple times in different
Yeah,
areas of my life
yes, me too.
because it's not this, oh, if I'm healed, I'll be happy, I will be whole, I will be loved. It's a
Mhm.
continual journey. It's a peeling back of the onion, if you will. There's
Mhm.
no end result, in my opinion. If we became fully enlightened light beings of who we really are, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
We
That's
wouldn't
funny
be
you say
here.
that. That's exactly what I say. Yeah, we're here to gather experiences. We begged to come here to this incredible realm with all the contrast. It's a wonderful experience we may never have again,
Yeah.
and a very unique experience. And so embrace it. Don't try to escape it, is what I discovered.
Mm-hmm. So true. And I would love to go into your healing methods because I know you incorporate a lot of that wisdom into your high speed healing technique or method.
Mhm.
Um, Working with the energy fields and the thinking mind and the emotions, all very, very powerful that are creating this reality for yourself.
Yeah. What I discovered is that the field that surrounds the body, which is actually an extension of the body, it's a more subtle level of energy and vibration that most people can't see, but it's there. Just like I tell people, think about an ice cube and how you can see it and touch it and feel it. And then you have water. made of the same substance, but more subtle. You can't hold on to water. And then water vapor, which you can barely see and you can't hold on to it, but it's the same substance as the ice cube, but more subtle. Well, your energy field is a more subtle vibration than your physical body. It's a different vibration. And your body is slow and dense, so it shows up in the physical, but it's not solid and it is changeable. And everything that has ever happened to you is imprinted like a recording device in your field. It's a record of everything that you've ever been through. And it shows up as a vibration. And where there are disturbances, I have gotten so sensitive, I can scan a person's field just like an MRI and literally feel where there are disturbances in that field. And when you bring in coherent, harmonious vibration, the field smooths out, is a way to describe it. It becomes harmonious. And the field is communicating with the body, literally with the cells of the body. So when you work in the field, which is what I do with people, both one-on-one or in groups of any size at a distance virtually. I haven't worked with people in person for years. I work at a distance and I communicate via the field, and the field literally talks to the cells, talks to the brain, talks to the emotions, and people have healing, sometimes instantaneous, many times instantaneous healing, because everything is vibration. Everything, every organ is a frequency, your nervous system, your immune system, everything is responding to vibration. So we can change all that by changing. Think about music. I like to explain it to people. You can turn on certain music that just makes you feel like you're in bliss, and other music that makes you want to run out of the room because it's so aggravating, irritating, right? That's the power of vibration. This is no different. In fact, I actually hear sounds when I work on people or groups. It's sound waves that's transmitting.
That's so cool. I know I've done over the years a lot of different, energy healings, and
Yeah,
I've done a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, and he
right,
always talks about you don't
right.
you don't heal the body, you change the field.
Exactly.
Right.
The body doesn't need healing. It needs a tune up. The
Tune up.
frequency is, it's like trying to watch or listen to the radio, but the frequency is not dialed in properly. So
Yeah.
you can't hear the music well, or you can't see the picture well. You change that frequency, totally different reality.
Yeah.
You change the channel, which is what we're doing. We're changing the channel. And, it's enabled me, as crazy as it sounds, to help tens of thousands of people who I've never met, many of which I've never spoken to. And they live in countries, millions, thousands of miles away from me. And they have had life changing experiences. Some of these people, they've been told they would never live. They would have to live with chronic pain the rest of their lives, or that they literally are going to die from what they were told they had. And they're walking around today free, with joy and ease, and living a full life.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes we wrap stories of so much of our identities around that pain.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you surround yourself with certain type of people. You watch certain things. This whole reality is kind of wrapped around this. And so when you kind of learn the truth of this, there's no attachment. There's a frequency for health. There's a frequency for not health, for happiness, and, healthy organs and not healthy organs. And for me, there's this balance between allowing the emotions to come up and process and feeling, but at the same time, having the awareness that it's all just energy at the end of the day, and the energy always matches up, but you have to embody that as well.
And I agree with every word. The tricky part is that when people are in pain, I know I've certainly had a lot of pain in my life and a lot of illness, and I couldn't get any answers and I couldn't get any results. And when that happens, it's virtually impossible to focus on anything but the pain because it hurts. And I work with very severe cases of people who they're racked with pain. I had a woman tell me yesterday, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 21. And she said, I haven't gone for years without a moment of pain. And that's very common in my universe. And so they hear these words that I know and agree are true, but it just almost like doesn't integrate, because they just have to have that pain stop hurting because they can't function. And they've gone searching and seeking. It's not they've been sitting around you know, complaining. They've been trying to get answers and nobody's helped them. And that was my story too. And then many times nothing shows up in a medical test. And this is where it's really tricky. You know, you go, you're genuinely willing to do what it takes. Nothing shows up on a test. The doctor says, I don't really know what to tell you. You're just stressed out. Take a pill, go on vacation, you know, or maybe it's all in your head. And this is where it's really heartbreaking, because people end up addicted. I did. Addicted to pills, addicted to a lifestyle of avoiding and not even living at all. They can't dream dreams and go out and enjoy their life. They're just worried about, how am I going to live like this? How am I going to pay my bills, feed my kids? How am I going to function? So, you know, my heart goes out to people like that. And I want to really say, this is the key. This is the future of health and self-care is energy. And we're just on the tip of that iceberg, but the trend is going there. Even the technology is going there. We see lasers and lights and all these machines that cost $1 zillion. So, you know, the public doesn't have access to them, but they're all based on frequency. And this is the future, but the future's here. And what's really cool is the inner technology. You know, you mentioned I have a technique. I don't have a technique. I've turned on my inner technology that we all have, but don't know, and no one's shown us how to use it. This is how I've been able to help so many people and train so many people to activate and understand we can access a level of consciousness that is beyond what you've been taught is normal or possible.
Oof, I love that. The hair on the back of my neck stands up, because you know, when you hear truth, when you guys hear something like that, you know, the hair of your neck better stand up. Your heart might be wide open right now, because that is the God's honest truth. We are more powerful than we would ever know. And you can't be too special not to tap into this type of energy, because we are this energy. We are, you know, I always think of the Rumi quote, we're just one drop in the ocean. We're the entire ocean in one drop.
Right. Love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So powerful. I think for me, it's like reminding myself I'm a spiritual being having this human experience.
Yeah, I don't think we can say that enough and hear that enough, because it's very easy to get sucked into a lower vibrational mentality when you turn on the news, when you watch social media, when you hear people complaining. It's, you know, it's everywhere still in the mass consciousness, which is that ocean you're talking about. We're all interconnected and we're affected by the information that's in the gigantic ocean of the field that we're all in. We're in a field. And we have our own personal fields, and that's why we resonate with certain people. And you end up having friends that think alike and look alike and sound alike and live in the same type of place, you know, because you resonate with their vibration. And like vibration does attract like vibration and likes to stay there. So sometimes these options and information is right there, but you don't see it or hear it because it doesn't match up to what you've been taught to believe. And this is where, if you just open your mind a teeny tiny bit, like I did that day in my closet, and tried on some new information, wow, everything changed. Everything changed. I could have very easily said, oh, no, I'm not getting help. I'm not interested. Just give me a pill. Give me another pill. I want to check out. And, you know, it's a choice. We do have a choice.
Agreed. And I think it comes to that point where you ask that question, you know, and everybody else out there who's asked that question is there really any more to this? Is this really what life's about? And we've touched on so many of the benefits of what your work does, but I would love to, you know, hear more of like, what are the benefits that you do? You know, diving more into like, what is pain? We've tapped a little bit into talking about it's more than just physical,
Yeah.
but I know energy healing work can help with anything, any area of your life. But I would love to hear, what you focus on, clients that, you help, et cetera, how they benefit from this beautiful work.
Thank you. I love that. So I work with people, as I said, all over the world virtually, and my love and my specialty is helping people with very severe cases of chronic pain, that physical pain of any type, and it could be acute pain from accidents or injuries. Um, the depression and anxiety, oh my God, it's everywhere. And I love helping people rapidly release it. So, and I think the thing I forgot to mention that's so important is I never have people take pills, supplements, physical therapies, or give up the foods they love. It is so different the way I work than anything that's out there. And people who have tried everything say to me, God, I finally am getting results. So the physical pain, mental pain, worry, anxiety, overwhelm, depression, any emotional pain is welcome. Grief is a big one. Um, People come to me also, though, because they have conditions like binge eating, addictions, eating disorders. People come with trauma of all types, from childhood, from accidents, from injuries, from surgery gone bad. I have worked with many, many people with a wide range of chronic conditions like their thyroid, their digestive issues is a huge one. Um, People who are having difficult pregnancies, women. I've worked also, though, it's most interesting because it's back to the fact that everything in your life is energy. Sometimes people come because they have a pattern, such as they keep attracting abusive relationships, or they keep getting fired from a job, or they don't know they're why they're here, and they feel a sense of deep longing and loss and out of place, not right in their skin. People come to me who feel they're too sensitive and they take on everybody's energy and they're exhausted and drained by people, and they feel they just don't know how to handle that. So they end up isolated at home alone all the time. People come with relationship challenges. People come with money problems. Money's energy as well. So I help with a wide range, and all pain is welcome in my world. And I teach three exact areas that are the only place to look, and you need to do all three in order to heal any type of pain pattern or symptom. And that's working with the beliefs, the mind, the habits of thought, working with the suppressed emotions that you don't even know you have, and the energy field. And I do that for you. And so when you look in the mind, the emotions, and the energy field, there's nowhere else to go. And you will have the tools to heal when you're in a safe space with someone who's not afraid and knows how to help you when your stuff comes up. And that's why I think people get such great results. And many of them have instantaneous healing. It's quite remarkable what's possible when you work in that energy field.
Miracles, really. Miracles, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I'm blown away by energy work, such as what you do yourself. It's so powerful, yet so simple. And sometimes we overanalyze everything.
We complicate the hell out of everything,
Yes.
especially health. And I know by the time people usually get to me, they have been to every specialist under the sun. They spend their evening with Dr. Google, and they are so overthinking and exhausted by it. No wonder they have chronic fatigue. No wonder their adrenals and their immune system and their hormones are out of whack. So I help them get their nervous system back, their immune system strong. They start to feel safe again and sane. And then they get stronger and they can live life again. And it's very humbling and very beautiful to watch someone transform and let that old life finally go and stop all of the complicated overthinking and overdoing that we've learned. The intellect rules, but it's part of the big problem on planet Earth, in my humble opinion.
I feel, for me, I think the next evolution of humanity is integrating this technology, if you will, this inner technology and learning to balance that logical mind with this intuition, with this inner technology. I like to call it monkey mind, but the ego's not bad for the most part. I have to disclaimer. It keeps me from running out in the middle of a busy street. Okay, I have a sense of self.
Yeah. No, I don't judge any of
Yeah.
that or anything. I don't separate all the parts and judge them as good, bad, right,
Yeah.
or wrong. It's all necessary.
Yeah.
And it's all part of our human experience, and we're learning from all of it. So it's beneficial. And staying out of that good, bad, right, wrong is really the key to everything. And just saying, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to get rid of it? Do I want to change it? Do I want options? There's options. I can always take that back if I don't like the option. I don't take anything away from anyone. I give them many, many more options, and they can keep what they like and throw out the rest. I'm not here to convince. I'm here to provide a powerful experience. And once someone has an experience, they know. Knowing is different than thinking. And when you know something that's true for you, you know, and no one can ever take that from you. And that's true power. And I'm here to facilitate that, not to convince you to think like me or act like me or be like that. Isn't the furthest, I don't want to be your guru. I want to help you have an experience that you go, wow, that rocked my world. And now I know who I am and what to do, why I'm here.
Amen. And that, in my opinion, somehow that pain led you to that realization and that
Totally.
healing.
You're completely right. I would never be where I am today without that pain. And not only that, it made me very compassionate. I wasn't very compassionate. I was very judgmental.
Yep.
I mean, all the time in those days. And now there's no one that I can't find something in common with. It's pretty wild. I feel like everybody's a version of me and I can relate to them. And I feel what I empathize and I can offer help so they don't have to go down to the closet floor like I did and have a closet crisis and avoid 30 years of pain.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in my experience, and obviously in yours, when you feel that wholeness, when you feel that sense of love,
Mm-hmm.
deeper, unconditional than you've ever experienced before,
Mm-hmm.
all you want to do is give.
Mm-hmm.
All you want to do is help. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the case. Like, you actually help train other people this
Yes.
HighSpeed healing method. Can we learn a little bit more? Because I'm sure people are interested in, like, either being healed and or getting trained in this beautiful, I want to say technology method, but inner
Inner
technology.
technology. You can call it inner
Yeah.
technology. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do training over Zoom just like this with groups of people from all over the world. It's just such a beautiful experience. It's life-changing for everyone in there because I literally watch the lights go on when people recognize who they are and what's possible. And before it's halfway through, they're actually working on real people in real time in front of me, and they're seeing the people they're working on getting results before they even really realize they can do this. They're getting results, and it blows their minds, and it brings up all their beliefs and issues about, oh my God, and their fears come up, and I help them through that, and we release that stuff so that they can move into the next evolutionary stage of their life. And it's really quite a profound experience for all of us. We become close because of it. You bond with people who go through a really unusual experience together that's not an everyday occurrence. So yeah, it's fun. It's life changing. People, the practitioners themselves continue to have healing personally and continue to find their higher purpose. I don't train people to be mini me's. I help people discover how their own journey, just like mine, leads to a next stage. And this, when they learn the method, this is one piece of the puzzle. And people, oh gosh, I've trained secretaries, stay-at-home moms, an 8-year-old boy, a police officer, an accountants, healers, doctors, MDs, nurses, naturopaths, acupuncturists, massage. Like, it doesn't matter who you are and what you do. I have a hairdresser who learned it, And now when people go to her, she said the first week after she learned, her clients started saying, "What did you do? Something's different. I'm feeling energy coming out of your hands and I'm so blissed out. I'm never going to any other hairdresser." And so she started getting these clients and her business was thriving. People don't always want to just go out and open an office and do healing, but they're drawn to it for different reasons. So it's really been very rewarding and fascinating to offer this.
Amazing, amazing. And I find doing things like that, pursuing that growth, that unknown,
Yeah.
um, it's a cheesy quote, but getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly. And it's what you said a moment ago, though. See, you and I agree that this is the future.
Yeah.
This will be the norm. And I feel everyone should have at least one person in every household that can do high speed healing, because it should be the first step, not the last. Right now, it's often the last thing people try because they don't know about it. It
Mhm.
should be the first because it saves time, energy, money, heartache. Oh my goodness, if you did this with your children first, I've had so many parents come to me with their kids after they went to the ER and found they found nothing on a test, and they couldn't figure out what was happening with their children, and 20 minutes later their kids are now playing in the driveway. And so, you can, if you do this first, not last. I've had people avoid surgeries and get off drugs and medications and just so many things that can change if this frees them up often much more rapidly than anything out there that, is slower acting.
Yeah, because we're all just energy, just changing the field. I wanted to switch the conversation for just a little bit because you and I are both avid meditators. And I know meditation and energy healing are getting, like you said, it's becoming more popular.
Mhm.
People kind of, they've heard the words before.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a lot of resistance around meditation
Yeah.
and people saying, I can't do that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I discovered that years ago. It's actually why I created my meditation course, because I found people were always saying, "Ah, it's not working for me. I don't think I'm doing it right. Oh, it's so boring. Oh, nothing's happening." And so I kept hearing these things and I thought, why is this? And I discovered that most people learn to meditate with well, let me back up. Everyone has a particular learning style. They are either primarily visual learners, auditory learners, or kinesthetic learners. And most people are practicing an auditory form of meditation, but most people are visual. And so what I created was a meditation course where I teach 5 different techniques that are for visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and combination learning styles. And when I started doing this, people went, "Oh my God, now I get it. Now I can do this. Now it makes sense." And so I think that's part of the problem. And and let's face it, very few people have practice in being still and being quiet. We live in a world that's super distracted. I think they just changed they say the average attention span is not even 20 seconds anymore, and that a goldfish has a longer attention span than a human. That's really sad. But so we have to find the hacks. This is why people like high speed healing. And to distinguish between the two, meditation is a personal practice that you can practice on your own, and I recommend it. Mine or anybody's method, just do it. But it's slow burning, slow acting. And it can take, I heard one yoga teacher I had once said after 20 years, he finally noticed his depression lifting. And I thought, oh God, who wants to wait 20 years for your depression to lift, right? But the high speed healing, the energy healing that I offer is the fastest way to speed up the results that you would get from meditation, but you can get it if you've never meditated in your life. And that's the beauty of it. And once you do enough sessions of high speed healing with me, people tend to want to meditate. They enjoy it. They start to get comfortable in that quiet space. And they start to understand that they have a communication happening now with their inner world and are less distracted by all of the texting, scrolling, pinging and ponging that's going on in the world, right? And that changes everything. So I agree. Everyone, we should be teaching meditation to, toddlers.
Oh, yeah. And I couldn't agree more with what you said about the distinction between the two, which is very helpful. Um, yeah, I often think that when I meditate, it's my date with the divine, right?
Yes.
Once,
Yeah.
when I can get in that space. Some days I don't. Sometimes I sit down, it's not that, it's like you said, it's slow chipping away at that block, but
Right.
it's the energy healing meditation. It's us just connecting with who we really are.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter your religious beliefs. This is your own connection with source, with God, the universe, the
That feeling.
energy. Yes,
Yeah.
the love.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you find a technique of meditation that works for you, eventually you will find you won't be, like you and I, we can't wait to do it. It's actually really awesome. It feels amazing. It releases pain and suffering that I didn't even know I was storing. And it helps me tap into the love and the bliss very rapidly. And it gets easier and easier with time. And that's why, again, when I work with people, whether they're coming to me for pain of some kind or practitioners, I tell them first do the high speed healing. Do enough sessions of this to get your vibe clear out the fastest way possible the disturbances that are keeping you from being able to sit still and meditate. Let me help you clear that out. And then practice meditation. Find a technique, mine or someone's, that you like, and then just do it because you'll never be the same and you'll maintain a higher a vibration that feels good and that gives you that inner peace, inner strength, and the connection to love, source, God that you're looking for. And you'll never want to give that up. And no, I don't have time. Sometimes I can't do it every day. The whole key about meditation and high speed healing is it helps you be present. Eventually we want to be able to use that state of consciousness that we get during meditation all the time when we're wide awake, interacting, just be present, feel the love, feel the calm while we're interacting and living life. We don't always have to escape to a chair or a mountaintop to feel it again and go in and out of that. Why not sustain it?
Yes, and that becomes almost a very fun challenge,
Yeah.
right? And it's not about you feeling sad or angry and getting upset that it's about you catching yourself. And a lot of times for me,
Mhm.
catching those thoughts, catching those patterns that might be creeping in and just become aware of it.
That's actually what I teach people in
Yeah.
my pain-free living program is how to, we don't want to, you're right. I'm so glad you said that. We don't want to avoid, deny, suppress, or repress the thoughts that are uncomfortable, the
Mm.
emotions that are uncomfortable. We don't want to try and stop them. We want to learn to let them, if they're made of energy.
Yep.
We want to let the energy come up and release, and people are not taught how to do that. That's what I teach them. And I give them those self-care tools so they don't become dependent on me and they can go out and just not be afraid of life, not be afraid of a feeling, not be afraid of something happening or even something coming back that they got rid of. That's the real freedom. Not that you live in a bubble and it's always bliss and roses and unicorns. That's not real. It's not going to happen, not on planet Earth. But you don't want to be afraid to live life. And it can be just great no matter what. And you can learn to go through something instead of avoiding. And that, avoiding guarantees your pain will never leave.
Ooh, yes. So, so true. And for me, it's finding that power, that inner power and strength and wisdom to weather any storm.
Absolutely. I often tell my practitioners, you want to become the eye of the storm.
Hmm.
And there could be a storm whipping about, but you're just calm and grounded at the shore. And you've got your light turned on so all the boats can see how to come into shore.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness. We talked about so many things today. I want to have to wrap up the show. I don't want to, but was there anything else you wanted to wrap up or chat about before we close out the show today?
Well, I would love to give everybody watching and listening a gift. I'd love to give you a copy of my book called Why Do I Still Hurt? Rapid Relief for Chronic Pain, Depression, Anxiety, Trauma, and More. So if you've been suffering, I want you to go to my website and download a digital copy that will download to any device. And it's an easy, short read, but it's deep. And it has exercises that will get you started on your healing journey. It's not just a bunch of words. It's literally designed to help you start to heal and go deeper into the hidden reasons for your pain patterns and symptoms. And so please grab a hold of the book. If you want a copy that you can touch and dog ear and underline, go to Amazon. But a free copy on my website is waiting there for you.
Beautiful. And just a reminder, if you guys are interested in this episode, if your heart is singing to you right now, follow up, because I know we live in this age, like you said, our attention spans are less than 20 seconds now, where we intake so much information, so much media. But if you felt your energy shift, if you felt something move or expand or love inside of you, if maybe this just intrigues you, follow up. The show notes will have all the links below. But that's that higher power. That's your intuition tapping you on the shoulder to get you started on your own healing journey.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Just take that next step, even if you don't know the whole big picture. Listen to the hunches, the urges, the curiosity, where you feel energized, where your body's talking to you, but you don't understand even why, where you feel expanded, joy.
Yep.
Follow
there it
that
is.
and take action. Yeah, for sure. It's leading you. Everyone's guided, and it's a matter of taking that action to find out where it's leading you.
Yep.
But I love what you said earlier. I'll end with this. Life is for you, not against you. And so no matter how far down the scale you've gone, and no matter how long you've had pain of any kind, don't give up. Don't give up. Take the next step. And your miracle may be right around the corner and you don't even realize it. That next step may lead you to it.
Oof. So beautifully said. Oh my goodness, Debora, thank you so much for showing up for us today, but showing up for yourself and taking that action every single day. And we are so grateful to have you on the show today. And it's my honor to help use this platform to spread your magic, your love, and your light. And we close every single show. How can we, the guest, be of service for you as a huge, big, loving act of gratitude in return today?
That is so sweet. Love that. Well, if you know someone that's suffering, send them to me. I'm here to help. It's my greatest passion in life is to show people the way out of that darkness. So it would be in support of me if you just come my way and reach out and let me take you by the hand and show you how to live pain-free.
Amazing. Thank you again so much, Debora, for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It's really been a pleasure.
And remember, open up, surrender, trust, and let your body lead the way.